Hey everyone, do you want to be more in touch with that feminine side of yourself? Have that deep intuition? Be even more in touch with your psychic abilities and have that feminine magnetism to you? Well, today I'm going to give you 7 habits that will help you to lean more into that feminine energy, regardless of your gender, so that you can be in touch with that feminine flow and magnetism, drawing to yourself all that you're trying to manifest, as well as people and connections. So to anybody who's never seen my face before, hi, I'm Elizabeth Blackwell from Blissful Home and Body, and I've spent well over the last decade of my life so that I can help others set sacred space and get to their highest and greatest self. So let's get started. In my last video, I did about how all of these feminine qualities, or all of those feminine qualities, make us more magnetic towards not only what we are trying to attract and manifest, but also to people so that they are naturally drawn to us. So for this video, we're going to jump just right into these habits, which you can put into place in order to lean back more into your feminine energy. And the first one is to practice getting into the state of being instead of doing. When it comes to feminine energy, we are the receptors of all that is around us. The feminine side of us is what draws in. So when we can practice just being in a state of being magnetic and feeling the flow to us instead of trying to do and chase and go after, it helps to set up our energy so that things naturally flow to us. I am going to apologize. I have orange palms. I didn't put gloves on when I put on fake tan, and it shows up on camera even more orange than it is in person. But oh well, it is what it is. The second habit that will help you to lean more into that feminine energy is to practice creativity in whatever that means for you, whether that is painting or drawing or writing or cooking or decorating, anything that calls to you that allows you to lean back into the more creative side of yourself helps to nurture that feminine energy and gets into that creative space. Because remember, when we are manifesting, we are creating our reality and we are creating that magnetism to draw things to us. So any form of creative outlet that calls to you will naturally help to boost that feminine energy within you. The third habit is to tap into your more emotional side. If you feel like crying, cry. If you feel like laughing, laugh. Don't resist going to that more emotional side of yourself because you feel like you need to put up a front or block those emotions. And this one I absolutely understand because I'm not always the best with this one. But allow yourself to go to that more emotional place because emotions are energy in motion. They allow that flow of energy. And that is what feminine energy is overall. It is that flow. And so when we tap into that flow, it allows us to get to that more feminine side of ourselves. The fourth habit is practice accepting the help of others. And again, I am not always good at this one. So this is one of those that I have to consciously practice doing. But when somebody is offering to help you in some way, in a positive way when we accept that help and allow them to give to us in some way, then it helps to get us into that receptivity state where we're allowing things to flow to us, which will naturally help to take us to that more feminine place. And again, sometimes we have to practice these things. Sometimes we get into that state of, we get so used to wanting to do it on our own or wanting to prove something that we put up these blockers where we don't allow that flow in. So when we can practice allowing others to help us, even in small ways, it allows us to get into that flow and that receptivity state that will naturally add to our feminine energy. Number 5 is one of my favorites, which is practice being your intuitive self. As you go throughout your day, practice leaning into those gut feelings that you have, whether it's which way to go when you're going on a walk or when you're connecting with somebody, tapping into them and allowing that energy in so that you can understand what they are feeling. When you start to practice your intuition and you actually feed that side of yourself, not only does it allow that flow of feminine energy, as the feminine side is where intuition tends to come from, but you will also start to notice that you're feeding into some of your more psychic abilities and that those things will just become stronger and you'll be more adept to understanding those gut feelings and understanding what is naturally flowing to you, which helps you with connection, manifestation, as well as feeding into that more feminine side of yourself. The 6th habit is to nurture yourself through some sort of fun and fulfilling self-care routine. There's an entire video up on my page about sacred self-care if you need ideas, but anything that pours back into you and allows you to nurture yourself. That can be ritual baths or the skincare you do or anything that gives you that time with yourself to not only sit within your own thoughts and go through your own emotions, but it allows you to care for yourself, because we as nurturers cannot care for the rest of the world unless we've cared for ourselves first. And certainly as sacred feminines, it is very easy to find ourselves depleted because we've poured into the rest of the world. So take some time and pour that energy back into yourself in whatever self-care routine that you find to be the most enriching for you. My last tip is really for those who identify as divine feminines, which is to honor the more feminine side of your body. You can do this through things like movement, such as dance or yoga, anything that allows you to be in your body and to feel that flow. Or you can do things like stand in front of the mirror, low or no clothes if you are comfortable, and name every part of yourself that you love. But you want to tap into not only the more feminine, but the more sensual side of yourself and give honor to your physical body and truly feel it. When you're walking down the street or through a room, pull your shoulders back and be within your physical being, honoring that more feminine side of yourself. So I hope these tips helped you to tap into your deeper feminine energy and honor that goddess within you, within all of us, because we are all beautiful, divine beings. And it's amazing when we tap into that, what we can do with that energy. So with that, if you got some information out of this video, please hit that like button, as it really does help out small channels like this. Or consider subscribing here so that we can get more messages like this out into the world so that others can tap in and honor themselves. So I am sending you all so much light and love, and I hope you all stay well, my friends.